I should get a little closer. What's going on, guys? It's Film Culture with Caleb here today, and we're talking about Zootopia 2. So I have a lot of thoughts about Zootopia 2, a lot of just random things going on inside my brain. So if there's going to be a little bit of ranting or a little bit of wandering, but we're going to try to keep it on track. So spoilers obviously ahead for Zootopia 2. Just beware. Don't watch if you don't. Obviously, spoilers ahead for Zootopia 2. So don't watch if you don't want to get spoiled. So let's start off with the big question. Is Zootopia 2 worth watching? And is it as good as the first film? Zootopia 2 is worth watching, I would say, if you have a family, or it's local, or you just really like the first movie. I drove an hour and 52 minutes at night, and I drove home to watch Zootopia 2 with another movie, Solo Mio. Solo Mio was worth the drive. I don't know if Zootopia 2 was worth the drive. For me, at least. I have a lot of problems with Zootopia 2 that I will be talking about later in this video. Is it better than the first movie? Zootopia 2 is not better than the first movie. In my opinion, but I think I'm right on this, and I think most people would agree on with me. Zootopia 2 has some really big, glaring issues. And again, right before I talk about it, I'm going to say this again. Spoiler warning, I just went and watched this movie. It's been out for a couple months, but I am going to be talking about this film. All right. So Zootopia 2 is one of those movies where it's over predictable, and I think they try to make it in a good way, but for kids, but I think it's not in a good way. Zootopia 2 is very predictable. And that can work, but it doesn't work for me. In the first 20 minutes, you basically know who the good guys and bad guys are. Pretty quickly. You know about a third act twist where a good character is actually bad. You know that's going to happen because obviously he's bad. You kind of know the whole plot of the movie in the first 20 minutes. So what they're doing, why the snakes are looking for this, what's happening. You kind of know all that, and then nothing's really surprising to you. So for me, that was a big issue. Because I sat down in the first 20 minutes, I was like, he's the bad guy. You're going to double cross them. This is what the snake wants. This is what's happening. Judy and Nick are going to be fighting the whole entire time in this movie because obviously they both don't listen to each other. All of that is just immediately recognizable to me. But I watch movies a lot, so. Let's start with the main characters. So Judy and Nick. I do not like Judy and Nick in this movie. Not because the actors didn't do a good job, or not because they weren't written well, or I think they were written less well than the first movie. I think there's a lot of unneeded drama and trauma that is in this duo, and this movie really showcases it, and I didn't see it in the other movie a lot, and it's kind of confusing me. The second movie, they've been partners for a week or whatever they say, because it happens right after the first movie, basically. We see the ending of the first movie, and then it goes basically into the second film. So they've been partners for 2 weeks, and Judy has already not listened to Nick, is reckless, way reckless beyond than what she should be, especially in the first movie. In the first movie, she was reckless, but in this movie, destroying public property, endangering people, she's been already, very dangerous. Nick, on the other hand, is emotional. He's lost his touch with the streets, I guess. It's only been a week, and, his character has already been kind of rewritten to be, this weird... I'll talk about him in detail now. So Nick in the first movie is, the swashbuckling rogue, right? He's the guy that knows the streets. He pickpockets. He's the con man. He's the guy we all know and love. That's the character we want as Nick. He's got a sidekick that, helps him do hustles, and he knows gangs and knows mobsters. This is his character. And in the second movie, it's no. So he, just because he goes to a different section or a slum or whatever, doesn't mean he should not know how to work the streets. They make Nick completely stupid in this movie, basically. Like, Nick, just because you change locations doesn't mean that you don't know how to work the streets, and that happens in this film. They need a beaver to like step in and like tell him what to do, which is just hilarious because he's been in Zootopia his whole life. He knows how to work the streets. He's been a criminal his whole life. Sorry, I'm getting a little because they destroyed my poor boy. So yeah, Nick is kind of treated like a side character of this movie. Some people were saying this movie is kind of like his movie, and I don't think so. This movie kind of treats Nick like a side character, and they kind of belittle him and make him almost incompetent, and kind of really ruin his vibe that he had going for in the first movie. And I have a hard time with that. Maybe I'm just looking at that wrong, but I think Nick's character was done poorly in this film. Judy is annoying. I'm sorry, she's not annoying in the first movie. I love Judy. Judy in this movie is kind of annoying. She's dangerous. She's reckless. She doesn't listen to people. She doesn't listen to her higher ups, which she also didn't do in the first movie. But this movie seems like a little bit more off-putting because she doesn't listen to anything anyone else is telling her. So Judy just comes off as very arrogant and ignorant and very just like, we have to solve the case no matter what because the Lynxes are the bad guys and like they have to go down. And it's like, I understand, I agree with you, but you're endangering people, you're endangering your partner, and you're endangering yourself. You don't realize how dangerous this is. And this will kind of never be resolved throughout the whole movie. She never really brings up that she almost had Nick killed twice. And she could have stopped one of them if she hadn't kept like being determined to catch a snake in a giant tube, and Nick had to actually save her because she was going to drown, and then she gets mad at him for saving her. And it's like, okay, so recklessness is now like, it was here in the first movie, and now it's up here, and now you need a man to tell you to bring it down, back down here. It's like, come on, guys. It happens a lot in this movie. So Judy's kind of really annoying in this film in a lot of ways. She still has her charm, but definitely annoying. Then we have side characters. So the main villains, the mayor, the beaver, and probably the chameleon. We'll just talk about as many as I can remember. So let's start off with the villains. The villains in this movie are kind of disappointing, and not in a good way. So it's very obvious at the beginning that these are your bad guys. It's very obvious. And it's not they're not very good villains. So the obviousness is like, they're villains. We're going to forget about the Lynxes in 2 years. Like, they're not great written villains. They're rich. They own a lot of land. They're one of the wealthiest families in Zootopia, and they supposedly built the walls that like do the weather. So Jews. No, I'm joking. That's a joke, guys. The Jews don't control the weather. Sorry, that was a dumb joke. It's very obvious that they're the villains. And you want the snake to be the villain because I feel like the snake would have been a better villain, but that's not what they were going, and so immediately you know that the Lynxes are the bad guys, what their plan is, why they're doing it. You know all of this in the first 20 minutes of the film. Just opening up, you just immediately know. Unless you're lying to yourself, I knew within the first 20 to 25 minutes that they were the bad guys, what they wanted, what their plan was. Like, that was the thing. And I had watched no spoilers, no trailers, no reviews for this movie. I went into this movie completely blind, besides having to talk with my sister once about this whole entire film. And it was that predictable for me. So the snake. The snake is a cool character. I love the snake. His voice actor, amazing. I like that guy a lot. The snake might be actually one of my favorite characters in this film. I love the snake. I wish the snake was the villain, though, because it would have been a lot cooler if the Lynxes, which everyone thought were the good guys in the beginning, and then obviously it switches like 20 minutes in and they realize that the Lynxes were bad. But can you imagine if the Lynxes thought were good, and then the snake convinced them that the Lynxes were bad, and then actually the snake lied to them, and the Lynxes were actually trying to protect, and the snakes were actually evil? Like, I know that's like, oh, that's like a plot twist within a plot twist that's super obvious, right? Yeah, but no one would have suspected it. Like, I was just thinking of that. I was like, I would have loved to see the snakes as the bad guys. That would actually be kind of cool. Not all reptiles, the snakes, the vipers. Um, I really like the snake, and I liked his character, and I thought he was really, really well done. I like his motivations. I'm supporting the character the whole time. He's probably the best, least annoying character in this movie. Then it's the beaver. I don't like the beaver. So I know a lot of people did. I don't like a lot of the scenes she's in, and I find her character kind of pointless. Let's break that down a little bit. So first of all, not really a part of the conversation, but just remember she is played by a feminist comedian, so she thinks she's funny, but she's actually not funny. She's not really funny in this movie. She has a few good scenes. A lot of her scenes are kind of like she's there and then she's gone, and then you kind of forget about her for 20 minutes, and then she shows back up, and then you kind of forget about her for 20 minutes. And you're supposed to think like, oh yeah, like she's been killed by the backstabbing Lynx. I don't remember his name in the movie, but he was played by Andy, the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he stabs her with venom, and then you're like, oh no, and then like actually like she just appears back up because the snake says that he's gonna go back and get her, and everyone else has moved on, and so like you're like, oh, I wasn't really worried about her anyway because like she's just a side character. She's got one good, like really, really funny line. When she breaks into the Lynx's home and it's a sexual innuendo and it's actually pretty funny. Got me a little chuckle. This is the line that everyone's been talking about. It takes a threesome to be some, but a foursome to break down your door. I don't know how the line exactly goes, so I butchered it, but it's pretty funny. So she's not my favorite character and definitely a weaker side character in my opinion. They brought back Flash Underdog Dash. For only a minute, but he was really good to see. And they brought back the Weasel, who was the guy who was the con man, and he was like selling like pirated DVDs, and he was really cool to watch too. So it was good to have him back. The mayor is probably my favorite side character. He's obviously voiced by the guy who plays Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. I really, really, really liked. I don't remember his name either. It makes me really upset. I really liked the horse mayor. His lines are really funny. He's a good character. He's probably my favorite side character, tied with the snake, because at the end he does like a crane kick and like knocks down the main Lynx guy, and he's like, I won't let you destroy the city. You think I'll let you destroy the city? And to that I say nay. And he's a horse, and then it's a hilarious scene. Like I love that scene. Really, probably my favorite character in that movie, tied with the snake, maybe a little bit above the snake. I really liked the horse. Everyone else is just kind of good. Obviously there's a lot of new cops. I don't know what happened to all the old Predator cops in the first movie aren't there in the second movie. Maybe they got rid of canines and like their like carnivores in like a lot of the police side characters that were in the first movie aren't in the second movie, so maybe they're just stopped doing cops, or maybe they forgot. Overall it's pretty good with side characters. And the chameleon, I forgot about the chameleon. So it's played by, I don't remember his name, I feel really bad. He's in a bunch of movies like Expendables 1 and Spy Kids. He's the uncle. Really, really iconic voice actor. He's awesome in that film. Really great. When his character, his lizard, started running on the water, I started chuckling because like you didn't expect him to just run all weirdly like those lizards do on the water, but it was actually funny, and so I chuckled at that because that was good. His character was amazing too. I really liked his character. His name is Jesus in the film. I don't know what his real name. Anyway, he was really, really good to see too. And also, I really liked Andy's character from Brooklyn Nine-Nine's character in the movie. I know everyone knew he was evil, but he's really fun. I like his character a lot. I like the voice actor. He did a really good job. He's probably my favorite villain in the movie. He's top 3 favorite characters in the movie. I really enjoyed watching him. He made this movie for me. Him, and the horse and the snake are like the 4 characters that are the only good characters in that movie, probably for me. Idris Elba is always charming on screen when he plays the main Buffalo police officer. Love Idris Elba, but he doesn't get enough screen time. It's those 4 that really stick out to me. Anything else? So plot is very easy. Again, I will say 20 minutes knew everything. The ending is very, I will say, nice. They obviously bring snakes back to Zootopia, and they're not labeled as criminals or evil anymore, which is good. So that was really cool to watch. Nick and Judy start a therapy group of them for other people, which I find hilarious because like they are not in a state to be doing partner therapy together. It's kind of hilarious because like again like they resolve some of the issues, but Judy still doesn't listen, and Nick is still like he's been castrated in this movie basically. I will say this. A few random positives. Nick's apartment is just the bros apartment. Love him. I wish Nick's side character was more in this film. His little mouse guy that's like goo goo gaga. Like that guy was cool. There's a few characters that they brought back from the first movie that I would like to see a little bit longer. But that was really good. Got sidetracked. The ending is really, really good. I like the ending. I like how the Viper brings his family and they get to see Julie and they get to hug, and it's a great scene. And they saved all the reptiles, which is awesome. It's a great ending to the movie. It is refreshing. It makes me feel something. It was pretty good. But past that, the two glaring questions I think people are going to take away and ask, or if they haven't seen this movie yet, is it better than the first movie? And is it worth watching? And as they explained at the beginning, I think, yes, it's worth watching if you're close. And is it better than the first movie? No. The first movie just had magic to it. This movie was good. But like with How to Train Your Dragon and the live action How to Train Your Dragon, the first one's magical, the second one's a cash grab. And I'm not saying the second Zootopia is a cash grab, but I do think that they were not able to repeat the magic of the first film. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about Zootopia 2. So, if you guys enjoyed this, leave a like, comment on a movie you want me to review next, because I've seen a lot of movies, and I will review a movie you want me to review. Again, I think this is my this is partially my channel, but if there's a movie you want me to review, I'm willingly able to do that because you guys are my subscribers or my support. So, obviously, this is your channel too, so obviously, I will review whatever movie you want me to watch, unless if it falls into certain guidelines that I stand and will not watch. So anyway, let me know what you guys want to see, or if you have any thoughts or comments on this video. See if I got anything wrong or I butchered this movie in your opinion. Let me all know that, because like obviously, I don't care if there's uncivilness in comments, free of speech, and I like to debate anyway. So just let me know. What else you want me to see. And tomorrow I'm posting my Solo Milo review, Kevin James movie, so be ready for that. And also my Iron Lung review is up on YouTube. It's gotten way more views than I thought it was going to get. I thought it was going to have like 4, and it's at 18 right now, and I'm super excited, so I'm glad people are watching it. So I have that review up, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to see. All right, peace out, guys. Love you guys.